What's up, everyone? I'm Johnny.
Here it is. Continue.
Welcome back to the Sport Mind Avenue podcast, the intersection of all things currently happening in sports and the mental impacts it can have on athletes in the community. On today's episode, we're going to be discussing Le'Veon Bell's current situation. We're going to have an extensive playoff talk. We're going to also have a new Ben's breakdown, and we have a different kind of draft coming from the boys today. So how are we doing?
Good.
I guess we should address the elephant in the room first. We recorded this episode last night, but we didn't hit record. So
we did the
whole episode. Coming at you the next morning with some new information, new playoff breakdown, and a bunch of sad faces. So, yeah, let's get into topic one, I guess. So basically, topic one. Le'Veon Bell, for those of you who haven't heard, he's currently the running back with the Kansas City Chiefs, and he's been publicly airing problems out with his coach, Andy Reid, on social media, and just saying that, like, he can't play for him, and he later took it back, saying that he wished he kept it off social media, but at the end of the day, you know, it's out there, everyone knows he's not happy, and this isn't a first-time occurrence. So, like, there's a lot of history here, but I'm curious to see, like, what do you guys think about it?
Well, yeah, here's the thing about Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell has had his moments, you know? And this is just putting the icing on the cake. This guy since even his rookie year, remember when he got caught smoking weed with LeGarrette Blount? That made him look like that got him a bad reputation. And then, which wasn't a big deal, but
don't do drugs, kids.
Don't do drugs. Yeah.
No. So or you end up like Le'Veon.
Like Le'Veon, yeah. So, but the point is, Le'Veon Bell and the Steelers, he was one of the best backs in the league, and then he let it get to his head, just like Antonio Brown, and now he held out. Let James Conner take his spot practically that 2018 season. The Steelers are like, oh, we have a running back. We don't need you. Goes to the Jets, gets overpaid, goes to a team with no offensive line. Like every analyst was saying, I was saying, Jets suck. I mean, the Patriots play against them every year. And it never worked out. He wanted to trade, didn't get traded. He ended up getting cut by the Jets. Losing out a lot of money, went to the Chiefs, and him talking crap about Andy Reid is just absurd because I watched him play with the Chiefs. He lost a lot of his steps where he was on the Steelers. I mean, he did not.
He didn't even have a single snap in the Super Bowl.
Exactly, and the thing is with Andy Reid too. It's like. He also is one of the best coaches ever. I mean, I told you, like I said, he's the second, in my opinion, the second best modern day coach behind Bill Belichick.
He's got a cult following, just as much as Bill Belichick.
Yeah, you can go into that. I mean, he's got a cult following. The guy is Belichick's the defensive genius of football. Andy Reid is the offensive genius of football. Look what he's done with all these, not even just the Chiefs, the Eagles back in the 2000s with Donavon McNabb. With a lot of talented Eagles offenses, he was able to put up points. Now with a Chiefs team that he built himself, Chiefs team was terrible before Andy Reid got there. That team was a 2-14 team every year before Andy Reid. Now Andy Reid has made this team into a worldwide phenomenon because of Patrick Mahomes. I mean, look at it that way. So how are you talking crap about this guy?
I mean, if we just look at it as a whole, Le'Veon Bell is definitely a problem child for every team he's been on. You look at the Steelers. This guy is just complaining about how much money he's not getting. Even though he's on a great team, Super Bowl contender, he's gone. He goes to the Jets. Jets have the worst offensive line in football. He gets his paycheck, but then doesn't perform like even a top 20 running back that season. No, or any time after he left the Steelers. So then he
also decided to join the worst offensive line in the NFL with the Jets. So
yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said. So then he complains his way out of the New York Jets organization, goes to the Kansas City Chiefs, the Super Bowl favorites, and doesn't play a snap in the Super Bowl, plays 2 total snaps in the playoffs, and is still out here airing stuff on social media. Like, dude, you're clearly the problem here, right? There's a common denominator with all 3 of the teams you've been on, and it's you. Like, you are the problem. You need to figure it out yourself. Stay off social media. There's no need for you to be on social media posting bad things about your teammates, your coaches. It's just all a bit ridiculous that, like, this is something we see over and over again with Le'Veon Bell. We see with Antonio Brown. Like, the egos get so big to where they think they deserve all this money, when in reality, like, Bell wouldn't be anything without that Steelers offensive line.
I mean,
That
yeah,
offensive line was a unit. You see what happens when he goes to a bad one, and
irrelevant.
he has literally the biggest ego out of any running back I've ever seen. It's crazy. Like, dude needs to learn his place in the sport. He needs to understand that he is no longer a feature back. He may be a tandem. He may be like a third down guy, but he is not the feature back for any organization anymore. Period. End of story. That's the way I see it.
Well, and also, Le'Veon Bell is like, he's someone who's like hasn't even been like a good like teammate. Like, and now him just like, you would think he would try to, you know, humble it up a little bit, but man, it just keeps getting worse. And like this, when him saying about Andy Reid is like, I get maybe back in 2015 when he was playing like at his full peak and prime, but he's just 2021 and he's not he's an old veteran now. He's washed up and he's talking crap about, I told you, the second greatest modern day coach. Come on, like.
I mean, when he first started reaching some sort of a peak, he was in talks with being one of the best Steelers running backs of all time, with Jerome Bettis and Franco Harris. And I think that's when it started to go to his head. He was playing with Antonio Brown, who also had a little bit of like scuffles in his past. And I think once you start to realize that you could be one of the best, it can go 2 ways. It can go into, all right, well, let's see what happens, or, well, I guess I'm the best, and then you deserve it. Like, you think you deserve everything. You think that you will continue to be the best and that everyone wants you. But sometimes people have different plans for their future, and that's what happened. The Steelers had a different plan, and it consisted of not Le'Veon Bell. And he went to the Jets. Jets had a plan, but it wasn't a good one. And going through his career, he just missed his opportunity, and it just resulted in bad karma and bad playoff stints and bad running.
Yeah. So.
Just don't let it go to your head.
Yeah.
Make anything out of this. You know. Tom Brady is one of the best quarterbacks ever, and he just doesn't continue asking for money, even though he deserves it.
I mean, and the thing is
nearly the biggest contract in the NFL.
I mean, all you Tom Brady haters out there, and this is where a Patriot fan, but guys, you ever hear Tom Brady ask for a lot of money his entire career? He took pay cuts for players to come in because he cared about winning, and that's why people hate Tom Brady. But he's a winner, and you have to get over that. And that's the thing, Tom Brady. Even in Tampa, look what he was able to do bringing all these guys. Like, and he didn't take, but New England, like, he was underpaid New England all those years. And
yeah.
You never heard him complain. You know?
I don't like ever wishing anyone, to lose. I hate that. I feel like everyone deserves a shot. And especially with someone who made it that far to be in the NFL, to be in talks, to be a really great running back, it really hurts me that this has to happen to his career, but you can't let it go to your head. You got to prepare yourself for this when you go into the NFL, that people are going to be talking about you. People are going to be putting your name out there. And as soon as you let it go to you, then it can be over in a minute.
Yeah, I'm honestly just getting tired of seeing the same stuff with Le'Veon Bell over and over, the social media drama, issues with coaches, players. Like, dude, you're at the point in your career where you have to focus on yourself, get yourself checked in right, and then worry about the football career and worry about playing your role. You're not the guy anymore. You are the guy that's there to help support the team. You are not doing all Christian McCaffrey. Like, it's just, you aren't that anymore.
No.
I hate saying it. You carried my fantasy team several times, but you're no longer the guy, and you need to understand that.
Do you think this is the end of his career?
Like I said earlier, I could see him doing a tandem. He could be a receiving back, but he'll never be that feature back for him again.
No. I mean, I think he actually would work, and like, not his attitude, but the way he plays in New England. It's just like a check down back. Even in Tampa, Tom Brady could just check the ball down to him, but he's never going to be a number one back again. Like Johnny said, never.
No.
But
so I actually just got a Waj Bomb live recording. I don't know if you guys just saw this, but Stan Van Gundy is out as the New Orleans Pelicans head coach.
After 1 year,
After 1 year, wow. He's gone. So our first Waj Bomb live on air.
Dude, there's been so much news today. So much news in the NBA.
I mean, that's like a perfect segue to topic 2, our breakdown of the playoffs. So I guess, let's just get it right into it. So since we haven't uploaded in a little while, we still have to go over all the series that happened. So the first one, Jokic ejected in an elimination game. So who wants to start?
Oh, yeah, okay. So first of all, we talked about, I honestly love both teams because Nuggets and Suns are two newer teams, and I like that. And I love Jokic because Jokic is such a new player that we've never seen before. A center that can pass, score. He does everything. He's the point center of that team. But the Nuggets were just outmatched in that series. No Jamal Murray. The Suns are looking like you said, Johnny, maybe the Miami Heat of last year, just hot. Chris Paul has really changed that team. But man, Jokic being ejected in Game 4, that's what we're really here to talk about. And I gotta say, come on, how if you're Adam Silver, if you're an NBA ref, what's your goal there? Jokic is one of the heart and souls of the NBA now. Come on, of that game too, elimination game. Nuggets season's on the line. Yeah, Nuggets probably aren't going to win that game maybe, but Jokic is the best player on the court probably out of all of those people, even against, no offense to even Chris Paul. Jokic is the best player.
Yeah, I mean, he's the MVP.
Him for what? Saying something to the refs? Come on.
Yeah, that is just a poor display of reffing as an official, as the league as a whole. You have your NBA MVP, the best player in the league from this season, and you are going to just simply eject him from an elimination game in the playoffs. Makes no sense. It probably was over anyway, but the fact that Jokic wasn't there till the last second, that shouldn't be something that happens. It's definitely because it wasn't worth an ejection in my eyes. Maybe a T at most, but ejecting your MVP in an elimination game is not acceptable.
What's crazy is I was watching the Nets game last night, and Blake Griffin did the exact same motion. He came down hard. I can't remember who it was on, and missed. It kind of clipped him, but not very. And he didn't sprawl out or anything. But it was the same motion that Jokic did. Nothing happened, and I was shocked because you have this where he barely hit him in the face, and he gets ejected in an elimination game against a team that deserves competition.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the refs are getting soft. I think that Jokic's brothers should have stepped on the court and started fighting them. Should have gotten called back.
They are terrifying. they are some beasts.
But on that note, what about the recent news? And may the Suns' souls rest in peace because Chris Paul is out indefinitely.
Yeah.
How does Chris Paul always get the worst luck? This is ridiculous. I feel bad for this man. He's one of the. I put him up there as one of the greatest point guards ever. He is so good. And I was just, dude, look at what he's done with the Suns. Look what he's done with the Suns were irrelevant. They weren't even a team that.
But he's not the GM. Like, he's not doing that.
But
if I'm
him getting, are you kidding me? Like, didn't he get the COVID vaccine? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, like, I don't understand this. You know, I haven't worn a mask in forever. The masks kind of don't really exist anymore.
He probably got the vaccines. He has a family. Like what?
Dude,
let
he
me
literally
hit you with some science real quick.
Have insurance for this.
Let me hit you with some science. The COVID vaccine does not stop you from getting COVID. It just stops the symptoms from being bad.
Yeah, but if everyone
you
around
still get COVID.
Yeah, but why is he? But that's the thing. Even though, just like the flu, it's like you don't. I guess you don't. I mean, I guess that's different. But like, can you not like go out and live a life outside of basketball until the season's over? Is that still a rule in the NBA?
No, this is them trying to balance the scales for ejecting Jokic. And I don't think this is great because
that series is over.
He's the face of the NBA. He's the face of the NBA right now.
That series was over though.
Yeah, well, you know what? The rest of the series aren't, and that's when they're really going to need Chris Paul. And he's literally the face of their Players Association. And you're gonna eject him for this? For something that he probably went out to get some food or something. And if he was going clubbing or something, that's totally different. But I don't think he is because he has a
what's his name last year, guys? What was
and if that happened, then he probably would have gotten dropped by
going to Magic City.
Listen, the wings were good. The wings were good there, so.
I mean, I'm gonna go try them. It'll be a new YouTube video.
Strip club, is the wings good there? Is it true? Wings and women?
Find out. So yeah, on the flip side though, if I'm a Suns fan, I am sitting here praying that the Clips series goes 7 games.
Yep.
That's all I'm hoping for at the moment. I'm not too worried yet, but if it doesn't go 7 games, we could be in trouble here. And I'm talking as a Suns bandwagon for the rest of the playoffs. Because I love this team. They're nasty. I really want to see them win it all, but
also, Johnny, Mr. Islanders bandwagon, big L last night.
Hey, bro, listen.
Lightning overpowered, man.
My roommate's an Islanders fan, so I'm just an Islanders fan for this playoffs.
The Bruins were injured, and Tuukka Rask was hurt. The Islanders are a good team, but the Lightning are healthy, unlike the Bruins, and the Lightning are overpowered. So I just don't. But
the Islanders have their number one new fan in Johnny Mondo, who's gonna light the torch.
I'm just kidding. I'm just saying I watched that Lightning game, and I watched. It was 1-1 to the third, and then 2-1. Just the Lightning just took off.
Yeah, it was just a collapse at the end, but whatever.
Anyway, you got a game in Tampa. You should be happy.
Yeah. No, I'm not upset. I'm not a big hockey guy, but I'm cheering for the Islanders this playoffs. So so let's move to the other biggest series. Bucks Nets. Let's start by saying Kyrie is down with an injury. Harden is playing with an injury from what it looked like last night. And Kevin Durant is currently the best player on the planet. So, yeah, good luck, Giannis. Have fun out there, man. I don't know what to talk about. This Nets team is nasty. They have ballers even with all the injuries they have. The Bucks are keeping it close. I thought that they were locked in, but this Nets team just looks unstoppable. They really do.
Harden had the least amount of points out of almost any starter on their team. He came in with 5 points, 8 assists, and 6 rebounds. And he played 2 minutes less than Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant shot 49 points, 17 rebounds, and 10 assists.
Insane.
A showcase. Shout out to Kevin Durant. Good job last night. That was really cool. I'm still not rooting for the Mets, but I think that was really cool. And Kevin Durant, deserves a lot of praise because he is one of the best basketball players we're seeing in this generation. And Mondo, I mean, like last night, one of our friends brought up the fact that he could be the best player in the world right now. And I had to think for a while. It was like, all right, so let me say who could beat him right now? Who could beat him? And it took me a while. I still think he might not be the best in the world, but he is up there in top 3, if anything. And I think now that the Suns don't have Chris Paul, it's going to be a whole different lineup to see if they can take it off.
Yeah, with Chris Paul being out, like, we're going to have to reevaluate this whole Western Conference and kind of see what these next series are going to hold. Because you look at the Clippers-Jazz series, like, I mean, that's going to be tough to beat if you don't have CP3 in your roster. Either one of those teams.
Yeah.
Well, they also don't have Kawhi anymore either.
That's also very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Kawhi is now out. For those of you who don't know.
Well, can I just say that? Can I just say, like, I mean, this NBA playoffs is like unique. I mean, this is the first time that we don't know who's gonna win. Now with Brooklyn's kind of collapse, and I mean, without having Kyrie's hurt or Harden's hurt, and next Durant's gonna get hurt. The thing is, who knows who's winning this year? This is the first time I actually am like, oh my god, we actually don't know. Like, no offense to even you and my Celtics last year, the Lakers are gonna win last year. We knew the Lakers were gonna win the bubble.
100%.
LeBron, blah 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 blah. When you have Anthony Davis and LeBron on the same team, I mean, I can't believe the Lakers didn't win this year. But this year, guys,
it's all staged.
New stars, Chris Paul. You got Chris Paul. Giannis is coming up. Like you said, like KD, like even I'm saying KD's kind of carrying the team on his shoulders, like he did in OKC. You have Tre Young, Donavon Mitchell, even Joel Embiid. All these people are new to these later rounds, or going Donavon Mitchell has not been to the Western Conference Finals yet. Joel Embiid has not been to the Eastern Conference Finals yet. Giannis has not made the finals yet. KD is never. I would say this. KD's never won on his own. I mean, it looks like KD.
No.
This is a really big. This is a good thing for the NBA, though. I like it.
This is starting to make me think that something's going on in the back room. How many stories came out today alone?
Conspiracy theory, Elliot. Here we go. Let's crack the knuckles and get ready for this one. What we got today?
That it would make a lot of sense if they kind of slipped CP3 up so that he'd be out, so to make it a lot more enjoyable, because everyone was seeing that the Suns were going to make a hit and go in as Phoenix. How many Phoenix Suns fans do you know? I know one, and I met him like a year ago.
Yeah, we know the same one.
Yeah, we know the same one.
I have a question though. Before the Suns were good, what was he like? Did he say anything? Like, ever talk about the Suns though? Did he ever actually?
Yeah, I mean, he talked about Phoenix sports all the time.
Let's go Suns, but that's just kind of.
Is he like a Cardinals fan, like Coyotes, Diamondbacks?
Yeah, he's Arizona to the end.
He's from Arizona.
Yeah, wonder what Arizona sports fans are actually like. Like, are they like passionate?
They're very nice.
Yeah.
I've just heard Cardinals fans are just kind of like, yeah. Like,
they just kind of lay down and just take it.
Yeah. I mean, the Cardinals, like, he must be a big Kyler Murray guy too. I love.
He's a huge Kyler Murray guy.
My little brother's obsessed with him too. That's why I have to hear about how great Kyler Murray is. I like Kyler Murray, but
Kyler Murray is great.
He is good. No, that's unique. I've never heard of I've never really met an Arizona sports fan. No, seriously.
On the Kawhi injury, like, where does this come from? It's been 2 days since they played, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Oh yeah, my leg hurts."
I mean, all the big players on each team are hurt. Like,
Harden,
it's not like everyone's down with something, right? The Sixers,
Yeah.
Embiid's playing with a torn meniscus.
yeah,
Like
Embiid,
Harden and Kyrie have been down. Jamal Murray's been out. CP3's out. Kawhi's out. Like, everyone's getting hurt. You could argue that it was due to the shortened off season or whatever, but everyone's getting hurt in this playoffs. But you know who's not? My boy Tre Young, who continues the ball over and over and over. I love it.
Are the
He
Hawks
was suffering from a shoulder injury a little bit, but they were icing it throughout the game.
True.
That's my question. Can the Hawks beat the Sixers, guys? Especially that Embiid's not fully healthy.
So the way I look at this series is, yeah, Embiid's hurt. He's playing on a torn meniscus. If the 76ers roster plays to their potential while Embiid is hurt, Sixers are going to have no problem with the Hawks for the rest of the series. But if Embiid's still putting up all these star numbers somehow, but the roster's not helping, then Tre Young's going to come in. He's going to clean out these guys. That's what I see. It all revolves around how they play around Embiid's injury. That's the key to this playoff series.
Yep. No, I agree. I mean, I really think that watching the other night. Listen, I thought the Hawks had no chance against the Sixers, but I watched Game 1. The Hawks had that great game, a great opening game. They looked good. And then now, Game 2 and Game 3, Sixers dominated. Like you said, the Sixers role players played well. Embiid played well. Game 4, though, you saw a little hope in the Hawks, and Tre Young making some flashy plays. I'm like, ooh, I'm cheering for the Hawks, man. I really hope. I hate Philadelphia too, but I hope this Hawks team can make a run. I mean, this is Tre Young is nasty. He's the next Steph Curry. I was saying this. I mean, a couple years, watch the Hawks be the team of the East.
They're definitely going to be a contender within the next 2 to 3 years. Like, they're nasty. They just don't have that last piece yet. Once they get that last piece, it's going to send them into, finals mode.
I mean,
but it's been awesome just watching Tre develop.
I mean, like I said, Bogdan's been awesome. And so has I really like their team. I like John Collins. I mean, I think not having Neil Hunter is a big deal for them because he's a really good defender for them. And losing him's a bet. What this Hawks team could go on a little win this series. I think they could. There's a chance. I think the Sixers are still favored, but the Hawks have a chance.
I think it'll end up being Suns, Clips, and I'm going to go Nets, Sixers. And I think it'll be a Nets, Suns finals with the Suns winning 4-1 in a gentleman's sweep. You heard it here first at 11:23 a.m., 6/16/21. That is my prediction. That is what's going to happen.
You don't think the Jazz are going to make it in there?
I think the Clippers are going to pull something out of nowhere. And they're going to pull off a crazy upset without Kawhi in the lineup.
I think that's a bold statement.
It's bold. It's a very bold prediction, but I love the Jazz too, but that's what I'm predicting to happen. So I guess that should wrap up our playoff talk unless you have anything else to add. No? All right, let's move into Ben's breakdown. Ben, what do you have today?
Yeah, so guys, I mean, big deal. I mean, this going to soccer, got the Euros. Been excited week for you soccer fans, but a scare on Saturday. Christian Erikson, the Danish star soccer player who played for Tottenham, plays for Inter Milan now, collapsed on the field. Huge deal. This was scary. I was watching the game on live TV in my living room. I couldn't believe it. You just no contact. You just see them just fall. Mm-hmm. And there's a couple of points I want to make. I mean, he pretty much died on the field. Luckily, they had a ventilator or a defibrillator my bad, on the field at that stadium. And my dad actually brought up a good point to me. He said the day later, there was this, I forget his name. I'll have to look him up. Hank Gathers. If anyone knows who that is, older people from like the 80s and 90s. He was a basketball star, a prospect. He went to USC and then he went to Loyola Marymount. He was supposed to make the NBA. He died on the court mid-game. But back in 1990, there was no defibrillator like on the court or in the arena or in stadiums. So if it happened to a player, if that happened to Christian Erikson 30 years ago, Christian Erikson would be dead.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
brutal,
crazy that
man.
at least they had like the tools just to make him live. I mean, they revived him. But man, it's just, I couldn't believe. I've never seen something like that before. Someone just literally collapsed, and then that's really, it's more than a game after that. You gotta step away from the game. You gotta look at like life, and just that's the thing. Like there's only like sports comes so like it's only so much. I mean, then when it comes to someone's life, I mean it's 10 times more important. And that also brings in how ESPN handled the ESPN, because I was watching, I don't know how other networks handled it around the world, in Europe, I don't know. But what ESPN handled it, I think we had a lot of controversy because they were showing him like constantly. Like, the players, formed a wall, the Danish players, but they were showing all the Danish guys too, like their emotions. I'm like, let these poor guys just like, just let it sink in. This guy is pretty much dead in front of them. The guy they've played with, a teammate, probably a brother to them, and he's just dead, like on the field. I mean,
yeah.
And then they showed his wife. That's what you got to cut away. Like I think they should have cut away. Went to the studio. They ended up doing it, but they waited till he got lifted off the field. So what do you guys think of that? How ESPN?
I'm disgusted by the broadcast. That is something that should never be shown on TV. You see a guy go down, yeah, whatever. You may show the replay once, but you can clearly see how serious it is by all the reactions. Cut away. Go to commercial. Don't come back until you know what's going on. And then you keep filming all this. You film the wall, all the hysteria that's happening. And then you broadcast the wife on TV. The wife who is having an absolute mental breakdown because she thinks her husband is dead. And you are sitting there just recording it. Oh, I'm raking all this fucking money up. So great. Like, no. Cut away. No one wants to see it. It shouldn't ever be shown. It's embarrassing that was just allowed to happen. Like, there needs to be repercussions for that. Thank God, Christian Erikson, he's doing better. He put out a statement saying basically, I'm doing as good as I can at the moment, but I'm doing an investigation if I'm any part of that broadcast, because that's unacceptable.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it just I think ESPN wasn't even thinking that then, but you got to look at it that way. It's just not a good look. Second topic though, moving into back into some American baseball, guys. Pitchers, there's starting to become a controversy with pitchers. This year has been a very pitching friendly league, and players like Gerrit Cole have been accused of using this thing called spider tack. So what spider tack is, it's like this glue that holds rocks and bricks down. People, when they're building buildings or houses or any brick walls or rock walls, they use it. And this is strong little glue here. Players are using it to grip the ball better, so they can get more spin and velocity on the ball, which makes it harder for the batters to hit because it's changing directions more. So that being said, for example, Josh Donaldson called out Gerrit Cole. Gerrit Cole, who's one of the most highest paid pitchers in the league, plays for the New York Yankees, Cy Young candidate every year. This guy's unreal. He's a great pitcher. But Josh Donaldson called him out on that, and Gerrit Cole kind of had some sketchy answer. Johnny, as a Yankees fan, how are you feeling about even how Gerrit Cole responded to this? And then, he was like, I don't know. It's either yes or no, And that brings to what do you think of other pitchers? Do you think other pitchers are using this spider tack?
Well, I'm not going to sit here and defend Gerrit Cole's answer because that answer was pitiful. But it's clear a lot of like most pitchers in the MLB use some sort of substance. It's been clarified by every broadcast crew. Yeah, I'll get to that in a second. But you see all these spin rates starting to fall. Garrett Cole, Tyler Glass now, he got hurt, but his spin rate fell his last start. And it's clear every pitcher's been using something. But at the same time, Trevor Bauer just tweeted out a video last night, just, being the typical Trevor Bauer, hey, MLB, I got a question. What substance do you think this is? And he holds up the ball, and the ball is just hanging from his hand. So we're all sitting there. We're like, what is this dude talking about? Is he just blatantly cheating, opening up to it? So we wait around, and he goes, oh, yeah, by the way, it's sweat and rosin. Now, look, I'm a big dude. I played baseball. I pitched. I had rosin. Not a single time in my life did rosin ever cause the ball to act like that in my hand. I'm just saying. So I'm a little skeptical as a former pitcher that, rosin's sticky enough to do that. But it's no surprise. We've seen the MLB in controversy since I've been alive. This isn't anything new. If anything, like I was telling you yesterday, it marks the change. It's a completely different era we're playing in now. You glorify the home run ball if you're a hitter. Well, that leads to extra strikeouts each year as you focus more on hitting for power rather than average. So that combined with pitchers being able to locate using substances or not, having different balls, it's all a correlation. It all adds up together to where pitchers are this is the pitcher era now. We're back at it. Aside from the occasional home run ball, this is the time for pitchers to start dominating. That's why we've seen all these pitchers climb up. We've seen the giant contract offers. It's all because the game is changing the way it's being played.
Yeah.
But I don't support people using spider tack. I support whatever rosin that Trevor Bauer claims to use. That seems like the way to play the games these days. So,
yeah, no, it was a good answer, and it'll be like I just actually literally just on my TV right now. It says MLB threatens pitchers to 10-game bans, and that's another thing. I just saw that literally on my TV right now. It's like on news article. 10 games for a pitcher is nothing. Okay,
yeah.
They're gonna keep using it if you do. If you're a starting pitcher,
as a GM, if you see your starter and your starter is an ace, absolute beast, right? He uses substance. You don't care. All right, he gets a suspension. Well, let's push one of the starts back a little bit. Guess what? He only misses one game in total. So if I'm the MLB, I'm kind of looking at this suspension, and instead of games, this needs to be starts. We can't have people just missing one start for blatantly cheating each time they pitch. It's just there's a lot of things that need to be fine-tuned with this new adjustment to the MLB. The punishment is definitely one of them.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about it, Elliot? I know I kind of went off a little tangent there, but that was.
Yeah. Well,
I'd say until they find the proof and they find the jar of spider tack in the dugout, they can't really do anything. Especially with Trevor Bauer's sweat and rosin video. He said he mixed sweat and rosin together, so I don't know if he just took everyone's dirty towels and started squeegeeing them out into a big old bowl and mixing it up, mixing it on his hands. Maybe then that it'll work like that, but I don't see it happening just naturally.
Yeah, theoretically it's supposed to work like that, but it never did. I don't know if we just had really cheap rosin, but it never was that sticky. If anything, I was worse off when I used rosin. So, I don't know how to feel about that video yet. But what else you got, Ben?
Yeah, no, and guys, I'm going into the Spider Tag. This goes into my beloved Red Sox. There's a study from like InsideHook.com that's saying how the Red Sox pitching staff has slowly gotten worse because in April it could have been because of the weather, but the Red Sox pitching staff started off to a 17-10 start in April. Then their ERA was only 2.30, or their ERA was only I think, let me see, it was 3.59 in April. That was the batting average against us. Then you move it up to good old June. The ERA is over 5. It's almost at 5, and their pitching staff is at 32 and 21 combined the last 2 months. So it is skeptical that even my Red. It's definitely something I'm like, even the Red Sox like, oof. And this whole article is accusing the Red Sox of cheating, which is just not true. But no, but like, it's like this one guy's like Alex Cora and Spider Tack. Alex Cora is not cheating. Like Alex Cora is.
I wouldn't say that, but you guys aren't in the minority of cheaters anymore. Every MLB franchise cheats in some capacity.
Well, I said that to you before the show that every team cheats.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, Alex Cora, come on! Like Alex Cora is the reason why.
Do we call it cheating or just maneuvering around the rules?
That's right.
It is more maneuvering around the rules. It's not blatant like cheating, even though it is kind of cheating. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Baseball always comes out. There's always something with baseball and cheating. There's always something with baseball.
I'm not cheating. I'm just maneuvering.
Well, that's what it is, guys. There's a lot of Spider Tack stuff right now. That's something to keep you baseball fans, something to keep an eye on the next couple of weeks, though, because
it's gonna be a big story.
With all 30 teams, if you're a fan of any of the teams, every pitcher, watch out. They're purging them, man. They're going for the purge with these pitchers. They're coming for all of them. Red Sox, Yankees, Rockies, Dodgers. I don't care what team you like. The Brewers. No.
Games. You get 10 games.
You get 10 games. You get
yeah.
You know what, guys?
Okay.
Worst. There's 10 games. They missed one start. Okay. Do it again.
That sucks. Like, whatever. All right. That wraps up Ben's breakdown. Thank you, Ben. Now we move on to our new fantasy draft. So today's draft is a little different. It's not just a straight up type thing. Instead, we are each drafting an NBA player from different eras. So it'll go from first to last pick, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 1000s, and 2010s. The order is Ben, then Elliot, then myself. Since we didn't record yesterday, even though we recorded, we're doing the draft in backwards order now because we need to change up something to have a reaction. So
let's erase this. Let's erase this.
I really hope I get my team again.
Yeah, like I don't know where we stand at the current moment, but it's 6 rounds. You can pick any position from that era.
The team's gonna get dookied on now because I'm in the middle.
I just wish we'd recorded yesterday. That's the end of it right there.
We went for all the listeners. We went off on each other yesterday.
We were. It was intense yesterday.
You two were getting heated. It was bad.
Well, we were talking about how
my team was better because my team is good.
Yeah.
This guy. Let's not say names. Let's just go now because I don't want to ruin the. You gotta let's start fresh.
All right. First overall pick coming from the 60s. I'm taking Wilt Chamberlain. Dude's an absolute beast. Oh wait, no, I don't get first pick. Ben gets first pick.
Thank you for giving me.
I don't take Wilt Chamberlain. No longer.
I get Wilt the Stilt. That's my guy.
All right, Ben gets Wilt the Stilt. I no longer get Wilt the Stilt on the squad. All right, Elliot, you are up.
Jerry West will be my first pick.
Hey, logo of the NBA.
Okay, I'm going to take Oscar Robertson.
Ooh.
Yeah, switch it up.
Oh, Billy.
And then the first pick I take in the 70s, I'm going to take Kareem. Oh, man.
It's literally like
Great.
no one else that good.
All right, Elliot, you are on the clock.
The 70s was the worst time for the NBA.
It was just two
Wasn't the
players,
60s?
pretty much. That was it.
You literally ruined my pick of picking Jerry West because I figured that I'd get the same people.
I mean, that's just not how it works, unfortunately. Just to name, there's Dr. J you could take.
Yeah. I'm going
Elvin Hayes. He's pretty good.
Wes Unseld, Bill Walton.
to take the doctor, Julius Erving.
Dr. J, welcome to the squad, Dr. J.
And on my team, I'm gonna take good old. Ooh, this is gonna be. All right, I gotta think about this one. I don't know. I don't want to be too impulsive here. Don't want to draft too quick.
Elvin Hayes.
No, I'm gonna go, guys, with Bill Walton, prime Bill Walton on the Blazers.
Baller.
Best center one or
Billy
behind.
for Ben? Ben's taking Billy. All right, Ben. What do you got from the 80s?
Well, for the 80s, I'm going Larry Bird. You can't tell me. Larry Bird's the best player from the 80s. I don't care if you say Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson had the better team.
I don't want Magic Johnson, though. Why can't you want to trade? You want to do a little trade?
Why don't you just
I want
find
Larry Bird.
someone
Larry Bird's
else?
the best player from the 80s. I want Larry Bird.
I mean, what position are you looking for, Elliot?
I don't want Magic Johnson, but I don't want Charles Barkley.
I mean, you can get Isaiah Thomas, Dominique Wilkins, Moses.
Sidney Moncrief.
I guess I'll just take MJ. Magic Johnson.
Okay. That works. So you got Magic. I'm going to go ahead and take...
I don't like this team so far, man.
Who do I want to take?
I think Ben's going to win it.
My team's not as good. I mean, I have Larry Bird at least, but
Yeah, we did cake yesterday. Like, yesterday it was like, wow. Your team was literally like an all-star.
there, yeah.
Yeah, it was nice.
Hey, Johnny, you're gonna get the 90s. I know who exactly you're gonna take, so lucky you.
Who do I take?
Who have you
No,
got?
don't say anything, Ben.
I'm not
Don't
going-
say anything. Do not sway his opinion. Let him go whatever's going on in here.
There's not much going on in there, actually.
Exactly. So it might work out to our favor.
I'm gonna take the bad boy. I'm gonna take IT, Isaiah Thomas.
What are we in?
We are in the 80s. Well, now it's the 90s, right?
Yeah.
If only there was a good player from the 90s I like. Oh, yeah. Michael Jordan, welcome to the squad.
God damn it!
Should I go with the key?
Tough one. All right, Elliot, you are up.
I'm doing research.
Come on, you don't know from the 90s? Gary Payton, Scottie Pippen. I'll even give you.
Yeah, I know who, but I don't know if I want Hakeem, Dennis Rodman, or Scottie Pippen. So I'm doing research.
I mean, that should be a no-brainer.
What do you mean? I already have, I don't really
There's
need,
one that's the clear-cut best out of all of those.
I don't know if I really need Scottie Pippen.
I am not talking about Scottie
You're
Pippen.
talking about Hakeem?
Yes.
Better than all, yeah.
Better than every player you listed by a long shot.
His overall average points were only 21 points a game, but his field goal percentage was 51%. I'm going Hakeem all the way.
Well, thank God. I was worried. I was worried you'd let me down.
And then for me, guys, I mean, this is where it's a little harder because it's more open field now. I don't know. Scottie Pippen. I'm gonna go with Charles Barkley.
Charles
Charles
Barkley's
Barkley
a good
MVP
one.
in '93 with the Suns. I mean, Charles Barkley's a pretty.
You got to have your bad boy on the squad. We got IT. You got Charles. Elliot's got Jerry West.
My team are a bunch of good boys. I almost had Dennis Rodman. He'd give me 0 points, but like 20 rebounds.
All right, you're up for the thousands.
Well, at least I get the Black Mamba, Kobe Bryant.
Yes,
team,
sir.
baby.
I already have Hakeem. Do I need Shaq? What about KG? I could go with KG.
You could go KG. KG would be a good one.
I
don't know, but I still would love to have Shaq, and I could have put like Hakeem.
Yeah, but KG, that Celtics, like
Timberwolves KG though. Like I'm saying, he's. So good.
yeah, Timberwolves one was even better, but gotta go with the roots, man.
Let's see his stats. I don't know his like overall stats. If they're good enough for my team, then we'll go with it. I'm kind of like really bad. Bro, this man does nothing. He did average 10 rebounds throughout his career. No, I gotta go Shaq.
All right.
Isn't good enough for me.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to look straight into my eyes. I will be taking, with my next two picks, the two best ever at their positions. The first would be a power forward by the name of Tim Duncan. I don't know if you've heard of him. The next one, I don't know if you guys know who he is. He doesn't really get much attention. LeBron James. So, yeah, Tim Duncan, LeBron James, welcome to the squad.
Right,
yeah,
nice.
This draft was kind of nuts. Yeah.
This was a lot different than yesterday's draft.
No, I got LeBron and MJ. Right?
Yeah, if I'm Ben, I'm a little upset we didn't hit the record button. That's a tough one.
Got Bird, got Wilt.
Yeah,
yesterday
a solid squad.
Now, yesterday I took Steph Curry as my first pick because I wanted him to lead the point, and I'm a huge Steph Curry fan. But now that I have MJ, I guess I gotta go KD.
God damn it!
Tough look for Team Ben, bro. Team Ben's toast.
Fine, well, I need my point guard, and I'm taking Steph Curry, so whatever.
All right.
Steph Curry is part of Team Ben.
So everyone read out your starting five. And then if you're listening, just vote in the comments section who you think had the best squad. Team Mondo's starting five is Oscar Robertson, Michael Jordan, LeBron, Tim Duncan, and Kareem, with IT off the bench.
Okay, then mine, guys. I've got Wilt at center. I got Charles Barkley at the 4, Larry Bird at the 3, at small forward, Kobe Bryant at the shooting guard position, and Steph Curry at the 1, and then Bill Walton off the bench. Bill Walton, actually, fun fact, Bill Walton won 6th Man of the Year with the Celtics. So Bill Walton's a perfect guy off the bench.
And a perfect role
I don't know
player.
how I want to do this.
I kind of like my team.
I don't know how I want to lay this out. Do I want KD at shooting guard position?
What? No.
Should I put Julius Erving there?
Julius Erving's a small. I'd rather have Julius Erving at the shooting guard, but he's a small forward.
Yeah, but I guess I could put Julius on the bench, or Hakeem on the bench.
If I were you, I would start Shaq at center, Hakeem at the 4. You put
I was gonna put Hakeem at the 4. I could put Jerry West at the 2, and then
Magic at 1.
3 and MJ at the 1, and then have Dr. J coming off my bench.
That would work. All right. Yeah. That's the draft. Like,
I don't know. If you guys really want to see how these teams pan out, try going to Black Court or Blacktop at
Yeah.
Yeah, if this YouTube vid gets 10 likes, we will film a series playing with these teams.
We will do it.
We will do a round robin tournament
Yes.
for the winner.
Yes.
Yes, I will say Charles Barkley is on 2K. Like he's not on 2K.
Yeah,
We'll make a character if we have to.
Well, just you have 6 players. You can just put your sub in.
Yeah, I'll just put yeah.
Yeah, so if this gets 10 likes, then we will definitely be running a 2K tournament and recording it and posting it on YouTube. So
Fun.
With that being said, thank you guys for listening. Please like, subscribe, leave feedback in the comments. We will see you next week. So, yeah, anything else, boys?
No, all set.
Make sure to watch the playoffs. Subscribe, comment, like. Don't forget. And let us know who you think are going to win the playoffs.
Yeah. All right. Have a good day, everyone. Peace.
See ya.
Thank you for watching this week's episode of the Sport Mind Avenue podcast.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on our page. And stay tuned for more of our podcasts and exclusive content in the future.